today. Paul the barber is here today. And I am going to log into my Links Jamdex account. And I am going to pay Paul the $500 I owe him using central bank digital currency Jamdex. Watch me now. Watch me. I hit transfer. I look for Paul. Here's Paul. How much I say? 500? All right. No. I'm going to click send. Ready? Click send. Send in the $500 right here. It gets sent. And watch here now. $500 of central bank digital currency live and direct on your television screen. The first Jamdex transaction in public transaction in Jamaica.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 20, verse 15. It reads, "There is gold and a multitude of rubies, but the lips of knowledge are a precious jewel." Shalom, shalom, shalom. This is a brother Kahan from the GMS Prophetic Vibration Camp here with another video, another lesson to the power and spirit of Yahweh Baal Shem Yahushai. So first and foremost, Kal Halayam, La Alahayanawa Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Rakah Kodash, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, natural well, peace, blessings, salutations unto the brothers who preach and teach the truth, show the four corners of the earth, risking their lives and their freedoms to do so now more than ever for this truth. Shalom unto the speckled Israelites who may look like the other nations but are Israel through their forefatherly lineage, and shalom unto the very few but faithful Akawats. Alright? Hey, Jamaica has officially entered into the digital sphere. Yeah? Here's what it is, man. Jamaica has officially entered into the digital sphere. So, we have some more news concerning the MOTB and where it stands within the Caribbean. Alright? Because the scripture speaks about, he calls it all, He calls it all, the whole world. Alright? Trying the whole world. Yahweh Shem Yahushai talk about the trying of the whole world. Alright? This is what it is. So this year was Jamaica. That video there you saw there concerning the government. Alright, speaking about the Jamdex currency, the CDBC, Jamaica launching its CDBC. Alright. But the latest now is that the legislators and them, alright, the powers that be, they have legalized it. Alright, it has been unanimously decided, alright, that it could be officially, it is officially legal tendered, so which means it is officially into legitimized use. Alright, I have an article here. Without further ado, let's go to that article. Alright, as you can see, Jamaica launches Jamdex, becomes first nation to legalize digital currency. So as it reads here, Bank of Jamaica has legalized central bank digital currency in a move to deliver an alternative to its cash-based economy. All right? So yeah, it is legalized now. So which means what? The CDBC is now legal tendered. All right? The Jamdex is now legal tendered. All right? Alright, so let's continue. It says the Bank of Jamaica has legalized central bank digital currency in a move to deliver an alternative to its cash-based economy, putting an end to months of speculations over its launch. It wasn't a speculation. This was we know through the power and spirit of Yahweh Shai, this is what it's coming to, because this is what all the nations is moving towards. Alright? That digitalize and centralize. And centralize, that's what it was. Myself and Brother God did a video, concerning that, that would centralize. Alright? Alright, so it reads the island's nation central bank has recognized Jamdex as legal tender. We're going to go into that word. Let me just finish read out this paragraph here, alright? As legal tender, thereby making the Caribbean nation the first country in the world to legalize CDBC. In all, about 10 countries have actually launched CDBC, including Nigeria, the Bahamas, with its sand dollar, and several Caribbean islands. But Jamaica is the first to legalize it, to bring it into legal tender. So let's go into that word, legal tender. I want to come here. Come here. Alright, legal tender. Alright, legal tender. Alright, legal tender. It reads coins or banknotes that must be accepted if offered in payment of a debt. It must be accepted if offered in payment of a debt. Alright? So which means it is something that the government recognize. And if the government recognize it and somebody is paying you that coin or banknote, alright, you will have to accept it. Alright? Because this legal tender, oh boy, this legal tender is what? Oh boy. This legal tender is what? Fiat. A formal authorization or proposition, a decree. Alright, the reforms left most prices fixed by a government fiat. Alright? Which means the government, alright, the decree, they made a decree that banknote is what is legal tendered, and business transaction, alright, in the dealing of debts, alright, is recognized because this money is legal tendered. Alright? So we gotta go through. I wanna go through all that one more thing, boy. Chat. Bear with me here. I gotta go back through the I want to go back through this here. Right, good. Got it back. Okay. Alright, so we're moving on. It reads, according to news reports, so we get the understanding here, right, of what is of legal tender and what have you, so forth. Alright, and that this is what it is. This is what it is. This is what it's moving to. A matter of fact, not moving to, but this is what it has been. This has been sanctioned. All right. So let's continue. According to news reports, the Jamaica Senate has given the Bank of Jamaica permission to issue Jamdex or the Jamaican Digital Exchange, JAMDEX, will be available for domestic usage later this month. So it will be used not only by businesses but by the people as well. All right. So if an individual who goes to the grocery, let's say they go to the grocery, all right, they could use that as payment for whatsoever items that they have purchased, because why? The government, along with the central bank, all right, they have put it into decree that this money is this so-called money is legal tender. It is recognized by the government. All right. So it says, according to news reports, the Jamaica Senate has given the Bank of Jamaica permission to issue, which is the central bank here, issue JAMDEX, or the Jamaica Digital Exchange. JAMDEX will be available for domestic usage later this month, according to the Bank of Jamaica Governor Richard Biles. All right, let me see if I have more. JAMDEX has been in a pilot testing phase, which they was already going to bring it since August last year, being a crypto news. All right, news provider platform said it was supposed to be launched in the first quarter of this year, but delays have pushed it to the second quarter, which is now. Jonathan Darafalam, the Chief Executive Officer of the CDBC technology supplier e-currency, said legislators in Jamaica have now unanimously, all right, which means what? They didn't have no opposition, all right, everybody was for it, unanimously moved a digital dollar ahead in Jamaica. This can be used to pay off any debt in Jamaica. All right, that's why, this whole fourth industrial revolution and this whole great reset and what have you, all right, and this whole, especially where the World Economic Forum is concerned, because the World Economic Forum, that goes into not only with the governments but also with the private sector, with the private sector and the government, they are being in agreement, because you see, the government is the one that controls the commerce, all right, but the business sector is the one that has the infrastructure, all right, for the commerce to be transacted. So they have to be in one, they have to be all in agreement, and I will get a script here to prove that as soon as I'm finished reading this here. All right, so as it says, this can be used to pay off any debt in Jamaica. It serves as means of exchange. It's the accounting media. He stated that it was important for countries to start recognizing that their money can come in a digital form as well, since it's digital, because this is what the whole world is going to. Since it is digital, you don't have to be in the same place at the same time to execute a transaction. It is a powerful tool. It's a powerful tool. All right. That's where now because right now they have it in the form of using a cell phone, a smartphone. But we all know the end all be all is the what? The R to the F to the I to the P. RFID, C to the H to the I to the P. All right, which is the MOTB. You all know what I'm speaking about. The ones who in the know. All right. And with that now, when you have that, you scan through your phone, and when you scan it through your phone, when you have that technological advancement within your hand, you scan it from your phone, and the credits will come out from that technological advancement and be transferred directly to the recipient who you're making the exchange with. All right. So it says you don't have to be in the same place at the same time to execute a transaction. It's a powerful tool, he said, according to the Atlantic Council CDBC tracker, approximately 95% of global GDP is now being researched or developed by 105 countries, and it's going to be the whole world. All right. So because You guys ought to understand. This was always in the elites and them elites in the elites and them, you know, agendas. All right, which all goes into the whole the fourth industrial revolution, which is the internet of bodies, the internet of things, the internet of information, because all this thing deal with the data and information and what have you. But the most important thing is what internet of value. All right, and the value the value I'm speaking about, that internet of value, is speaking about this digital currency being able to buy and sell. All right, economical transactions. All right, when I go into the word value, let's go to the word value, and I'll go to the scriptures. All right, value. Right, value in the regard that something is held to deserve the importance, worth, or usefulness of something. Right, great value. So let's go to right, merit, worth, usefulness, use, utility, practicality. All right, advantage. Because what you have to understand is this: the reason why they are making it legal tender, they undergoing CDBC centralized. All right, these bitcoins, these bitcoins, these privatized bitcoins. All right, what they are trying to do with the whole. Let me take my time. I'm so excited. It's all about control. All right, you gotta get that one time. You gotta get that understanding. It's all about control. And with these privatized bitcoins, the CDBC has no control over it. That's why the governments around the world is pushing for centralized by the central banks, not the commercial banks, because the commercial banks is going to be obsolete very soon. Not a commercial bank, your central bank. All right. So now the central banks is one who's going to have the full control. All right, because privatized bitcoins and what have you, these other so-called means of economical transactions, the government and the elites, most importantly the elites, they do not have any control over it. That's why they already passed laws that these other economical transactions by these privatized currencies is not going to be recognized. All right, because it is not under the control of the CDBC. All right, in each respective country. So now let me go to the scriptures. Talk enough. I ramble enough. Proverbs 1 and a matter of fact, let me go to the blue letter for that. Let me go to the blue letter for this, because you guys have to understand how serious this thing is. I'm going back to some regular scriptures that I always go to, you know, but it literally coming into play. What the hell do, man? Alright, Proverbs 1, and I will start at verse 8. It reads, My son, hear the instruction of thy father, and forsake not the law of thy mother. For there shall be an ornament of grace unto thy head, and chains about thy neck. Alright, which is the laws, the statutes, the commandments. Alright, stay in righteousness, because these things will keep you in line. Verse 10, My son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not. Alright, which is what? That CDBC. Because when Jamaica had launched that CDBC, when they had first bring it out to the people, you know, in their pilot project, what they was doing, they was giving $2,000 credit on it to entice the people to, you know, to start to get accustomed to it. All right, so that when the main objective, which is to put that implant in you, all right, your mind has already been reformed, towards their policies and all the things that they're bringing forth. All right. So it says, my son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not. If they say, come with us, let us lay wait for blood. Let us lurk privily for the innocent without cause. Let us swallow them up alive as the grave and whole, as those that go down into the pit, which is speaking about the people, mainly the children of Israel. All right? This is the elites speaking here. This is the plans of the elites. All right, to have the whole world under a whole dystopian nightmare, all right, and under their full control. It reads, we shall find all precious substance. We shall fill our houses with spoil, all right, because which is what, gathering all the riches for themselves. Because you see, the thing is, this is what they have done, all right. This is what they have done with the gold and the silver, which is actual money. And they are doing it now even with the resources of the world. Alright? And giving the world counterfeits. Whether it be water, food, medical supplies, all these things. Alright? We shall find all precious substance. We shall fill our houses with spoil. Now this here is speaking about the elites and the business sector. Alright? The elites and the business sector, because remember in the article where I read it, it could be used for all the payments. All right, and when I say all the payments, it's obviously speaking about the business sector, including. All right, because as I said, the business sector is the one that has the infrastructure to facilitate this digital payment, what have you, where the government is rolling out. All right. So it says, cast in thy lot among us. Let us all have what? Let us all have one purse. So let's go into that one purse, because remember, all the nations, this is what they are rolling out. All right. But Jamaica is the first to have it legal tendered. All right. So let's go into that word purse. The word there.
Strong's H3599. Keys.
All right. Keys. It means what? Bag, purse, for weights, money. Let us all have one money. All right. Because this is what they are going. This is what the whole world is going to. Let us all have what? One money. That's CDBC. All right. And bet your bottom dollar it coming to Trinidad very soon. Very, very, very soon. Yeah? Very, very, very soon. This is what is coming to. Yeah? Because when you go to Habakkuk 2 and 4, it reads, behold, Habakkuk 2 and 4, behold, a soul which is lifted up is not upright in him. Who is that? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, starting with the elites. But the just shall live by his faith. Yea, also because he transgressed by wine, all right, which is his philosophies, all right, especially concerning this MOTB. He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeneth his desires hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. This is what this CDBC is doing here. All right. This is what it is all about. This is their main agenda. All right. That's why when you go to Revelation, I will come back to that scripture. Revelation 13:16, it reads what? Alright, it reads what? And he calls it all. Alright, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive what? A mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Alright? This is why this CDBC, this is what it is about. This is what it's going. This is what it's coming to. This is the end all be all. This is their agenda. All right, and that no man might buy or sell save he that have the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. All right, so when you go back to the Habakkuk 2 and 5, all right, yea, also because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlarging it his desires hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him what? All nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Verse 6, shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? That had laden himself with what? With thick clay, which goes into depth. All right? Because this whole world, this currency, this fiat currency that the whole world is under, all right, especially the dollar falling just under the US dollar as the world back reserve currency, is this whole currency, this whole economic system is a debt based system. All right, everybody is under debt. All right, everybody is under debt, and this whole system is about to crash. And when it is about to crash, bet you bottom dollar is you all is going to a lot of you all is going to take that technological advancement that is being issued out by the CDBC, because your commercial banks, all right, your money that you have stored up in your commercial banks, when this whole economic crisis come to a halt, come to a crashing end, you are not going to be reimbursed your money. All right, because these commercial banks have something that a clause that they go by, which is bail-ins. All right, let's get our word bail-in, and watch how serious this thing is. BAIL. All right, let me see. That's now. Bear with me. Banking. Bail. BAIL. All right. Banking bail-ins. All right. All right, banking bail-ins. Let me see something here. I will start. Let me see with this one here. With this one, half here for me. All right. Why banking bail-ins will be the new bail-outs? All right. Watch and see where is bail-ins. The world experienced a major upheaval during the 2007-2008 financial crisis. This problem didn't happen overnight. In fact, they were years in the making. Rock bottom interest rates. Because why it was years in the making? Because of this fiat currency that is not backed by gold. This currency that is not backed by gold. So and is a whole debt-based situation where the government is going to these central banks to get money, all right, and the interest rates of these borrowing is very high. And in order for you to pay back that interest rate, that money that you borrow, you have to borrow more money. All right, so it's a whole big bubble that just growing and growing and growing and growing and growing until it is going to eventually burst. All right, so rock bottom interest rate led to an increase in borrowing, which was a boon to existing and prospective homeowners, but it would become a bubble destined to burst. You see what I'm talking about? I didn't even see that there. I'm telling you, I didn't even see that there. One that would greatly impact not only consumers but also some of the world major banks. All right. The Great Recession that followed ushered in the term too big to fail. Regulators and politicians used it to describe the rationale of rescuing some of the country's largest financial institutions with taxpayers funded bailouts, all right, heeding the public displeasure over the use of their tax dollars in such a way. All right, so what is this is that the elites, the ones who invested heavily all right, the main investors who invested heavily in these institutions, these financial institutions, the commercial ones, is that your money is going to be the ones that is going to be paying them when the financial system comes to a crash. All right, you wouldn't be getting anything. All right, is the upper echelons is going to be getting your money. All right, there is what you call bail-ins, not bail-out. All right, where the government will be lending money to these banks and whatnot to recover and what. No, it's not going to be that. All right, it's going to be the money that is already there within these banks. It is going to be distributed to the heads of these to these banking heads in this commercialized banking system. All right, this is how serious this thing is. Yeah, this is how serious this thing is. Yeah, let's go to Isaiah. Let's go to Isaiah 10. That quick. Isaiah 10 and 12. It reads, "Wherefore it shall come to pass that when the Lord hath performed his whole work upon Mount Zion and on Jerusalem, I will punish the fruit of the stout heart of the king of Assyria and the glory of his high looks," which is those elites, those banking elites. Verse 13, "For he said, By the strength of my hand I have done it, and my wisdom, for I am prudent, and I have removed the bounds of the people, and have robbed their treasures, and have put down the inhabitants like a violent man." All right? And this is going, and by him doing this, this is going to cause the people, especially with the food crisis and all these things taking place, this is going to cause the people to be on their knees, fall on their knees, begging for a solution. And the solution will come to them by the form of a technological advancement. All right, because these people is all about what? Problem, action, solution. Okay? Which goes back to I think it's Proverbs. Oh Lordy, 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 Lord. Proverbs 21 and 6. Let me see, Baba Kasha. Let's bear with me. Proverbs, I think it's 21 and 6, you know. Proverbs 21 and 6. Yeah. It reads what? Proverbs 21 and 6. "The getting of treasures by a lying tongue is a vanity towards to and fro of them that seek death." Right? Verse 7, "The robbery of the wicked shall destroy them, because they refuse," what? They refuse to do judgment. All right? Because they are going to feel the wrath of Yahweh Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai. So going back to Isaiah 10, and I think I was at 14 actually. No, I was at going on to 14. It reads what? But this is the mindset, and this is what these elites are saying. These wicked demons, these Edomites. He said, "And my hand had found as a nest the riches of the people, and as one gathered eggs that are left, I have gathered all the earth, and there was none that moved the wing or opened the mouth or peeped." All right? Because remember these people, which goes back to Micah 2:1. It reads, "Woe unto them that devise an iniquity and work evil upon their beds." All right? Which is this whole situation here that this world is entering into, where commerce and transaction is concerned. When the morning is light, they practice it. When the time is right, they practice it. Why? Because it is in the power of their hand. It is in the power of their hands. All right? That's why he could do these things without any what? Without any opposition. All right? Without any opposition. All right? Reading over again, and my hand had found as a nest the riches of the people, and one gathered eggs that are left. Have I gathered all the earth, and there was none that moved the wing or opened the mouth or peeped. Shall the axe boast himself against him that heweth therewith, or shall the saw magnify itself against him that shaketh it? As if the rod should shake itself against them that are lifted up, or as if the staff should lift it up itself, as if there were no wood. In other words, Yahweh Hashem Yahshai say, hey, don't get it twisted. You haven't all that pride. Alright? You haven't all that pride and thinking that, is you doing this thing by your own wisdom and what have you. And it's actually, you are being controlled by me, because prophecy have to be fulfilled. This is what I want you to do, so that you could be so prideful. Alright? Which goes back to Romans 9. Let me see how quick I can get out Romans 9. And I think it's 15. Let me see. No, 17 actually. It says, for the scripture said unto Pharaoh, even for the same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee, that my name might be declared throughout all the earth. This is why Yahweh Hashem Yahshua is telling you this here, pursuing to Isaiah 10 and 15. Alright? Pursuing down to verse 16. Therefore shall the Lord of hosts send among his fat ones leanness. Yeah? His fat ones leanness. This is the rich ones. And under his glory he shall kindle a burning like the burning of a fire, which goes back to James, which goes all the way to James 5 and 1. James 5 and 1. Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupted, and your garments moth-eaten. Yeah? Your riches are corrupt. Ill-gotten gains. Alright? But the thing about it is, you also are going to feel the pinch. Because when this whole financial system crash, you will have no choice but to fall under the elites. Alright? In order for you to recover your riches. Alright? Your gold and silver is conquered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasure together for the what? For the last days. Behold, the hire of the laborers which have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by what? By fraud, crieth, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth. Because the scripture speaks about what? When the wicked is in rule, the people mourn it. But when the righteous in authority, the people what? The people rejoice. Alright? Ye have lived in pleasure on the earth, and been wanton. Ye have nourished your hearts as in the day of slaughter. Ye have condemned and killed the just. Alright? Ye have condemned and killed the just. Alright? All in all, for you to do what? For you to bring forth your wicked empire, and he does not resist you. Alright? Verse 7, be patient therefore, brethren, unto the coming of the Lord. Behold, the husbandman waited for the what? For the precious fruit of the earth, and hath long patience for it, until he receive the early and latter rain. Be ye also patient, establish your hearts, for the coming of the Lord draweth nigh. Because this system is soon to crash, and this system is soon to go under. Very, very soon. Yeah? Very, very, very soon. Because their end all be all is to put everybody. Let me go to Sirach. Sirach 27. Sirach 27 and 2. It reads, as a nail sticketh fast between the joinings of the stones, so that the sin stick close between buying and what? And selling. And where's that nail? Where's that nail? That nail is that R to the F to the I to the D, the CHIP. There is that nail. Yeah? That goes back to Proverbs. Proverbs 26 and 9, I want to believe. Proverbs 26 and 9. As a thorn goeth up into the hand of a drunkard, right? Of a drunkard, right? A thorn. Where's that? That needle, that hypodermic needle, all right, going into your hand, all right? So is a parable in the mouth of fools, because a lot of you fools, all right, and you fool from these false prophets, these other camps. All right, you all don't want to believe, and you all make mockery. You all make mockery of the true prophets, pursuant to what the true what is it what is the MOTB. All right. That's why the Lord said what? That's why the Lord let's go to Jeremiah. Let's go to Jeremiah. Jeremiah 8:8. It reads what? How do ye say we are wise, and the law of the Lord is with us? You false scams. Alright? Certainly in vain made he it. The pen of the scribes is in vain. The wise men are ashamed. You all are going to be ashamed. A lot of you all is going to be ashamed. Because we keep on telling you what it is concerning the MOTB, and these people are genders. Alright? These people are genders. All right, you're listening to these people and what they have in store with the internet, with the fourth industrial revolution, and mainly the internet of value, where value goes into things that is of worth, and this CDBC is the only thing that is going to have worth where trade and commerce is concerned, because they are making this CDBC digital currency the only thing to be legal tendered, which will be recognized as transaction. All right, this year is the only thing that is going to be recognized. All right, while the other Bitcoin currencies and whatnot is going to be obsolete, is going to be null and void. See how serious this thing is? And yet still you guys in IUIC, One Body Netanyahu Shai, HOI, ISUPK, you guys are in for a rude awakening. What the Lord said? The wise men are ashamed, they are dismayed and taken low. They have rejected the word of the Lord, and what wisdom is in them. That's why when you go to Jeremiah 19 and 7, it reads what? And I will make void the counsel of Judah and Jerusalem in this place. All you false camps, you even you Christian, you pastors and what have you. It's coming down the pipeline for all you guys. You guys in your what they call it again? Your Egyptologists and your conscious community and whatnot. It's coming. It's coming for you guys. Alright? I will make void the counsel of Judah and Jerusalem in this place, and I will cause them to fall by the sword before their enemies, and by the hands of them that seek their lives, and their carcasses will I give to be meat for the fowls of the heaven and for the beasts of the earth. Yeah, and I will make this city desolate and unhissing. Every one that passeth thereby shall be astonished and hiss because of the plagues thereof. And I will cause them to eat the flesh of their sons and the flesh of their daughters, and they shall eat every one the flesh of his friend in the siege and in the straitness. This is what the Lord is going to bring upon you guys, and it is going to reach to the point of what? Where you guys will bow on your knees to take that technological advancement, wherein the enemies and they that seek their lives shall straighten them. Yeah, there is where it's coming to. Yeah, yeah. That's why we pray to Yahweh Hashem Yahshai. You know, Jeremiah 17:17. Watch this. It reads what? Be not a terror unto me. Alright? Bear with me. Alright, so lucky about that. Jeremiah 17:17. It reads, be not a terror unto me. Thou art my hope. Thou art my hope in the day of evil. Alright, verse 18. Let them be confounded that persecute me. This is what we are asking Yahweh Hashem Yahshai for. Alright, for let all these 2/3 and all these heathen nations, alright, to be confounded. Alright? Especially you guys within Israel, who's talking a whole lot of smack concerning the MOTB. Let them be confounded that persecute me, but let not me be confounded. Let them be dismayed. Yeah, let them be dismayed, but let not me be dismayed. Bring upon them the day of evil and destroy them with what? With double destruction. This is what we are asking for Yahweh Hashem Yahshai to do. Alright? Bear with me because there are some people passing there. Yeah, so lucky about that. That isn't like too much, you know. disturbances on the background now, you know. Just lucky about that. Yeah, so this is what we asking Yahbashim Yashai for, because they are taking these prophecies for a joke. This thing is real. Just the other day I got a vision, you know, I made a video about it, you know, call Alayam La Alay and our Yahbashim Yashai, that it was viewed greatly by hopefully by the most sincere, by the sincere ones, you know, within Israel, you know, concerning disease, pestilence, and the distribution of the MOTB. I had a serious dream concerning that, and this is what this world is coming to. We seen it here with Jamaica making such a big move. That is a bold move that they are making. A very bold move. Yeah? Let's go to Timothy. Let's go to 1 Timothy. 1 Timothy 3 and 6. It reads what? Not a novice, and this is what we're asking for you guys to be, not a novice. Yeah? This is what we're praying for you guys to be, not a novice. Not a novice, least being lifted up with pride, because a lot of these leaders, this is what going on with them. They are lifted up with pride. Don't be a novice and lifted up with pride. Alright? He fall into the he fall into the condemnation, alright, of the devil. Alright, because a lot of them, they're lifted up with pride, and they are novices, and they are going to fall into the condemnation of Esau Edom. Moreover, he must have a good report of them which are without, lest he fall into reproach and the snare of the devil. So this is why we are not holding back, but we are giving you the full 100% truth. So that the hopeful elect would not fall into the snare of the devil. Alright? Because this thing here is coming upon what? Coming upon all the world, the whole world is coming. It is coming upon. This man is not sparing none, not even his own people. To prove that, Proverbs 15 and 26. Proverbs 15 and 26, it reads, the thoughts of the wicked are an abomination to the Lord, but the words of the pure are pleasant words. But it reads what? 27, he that is greedy of gain troubleth his own house. Yeah? He that is greedy of gain troubleth his own house. And this goes to both Esau, the other nations, and including Jake, because these so-called leaders within Israel, they are also greedy of gain. That's why they're taking such hefty bribes to do this, so that the elites could have their way in bringing forth their wicked acts. He that is greedy of gain troubleth his own house, but he that hateth gifts shall live. Which goes back to link with Sirach. I will link that with Sirach 14 and 5. It reads what? He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? Alright? Because his own people also is going to fall under this. Esau, when I'm saying his own people, I'm speaking about Esau Edom, the so-called white man. Alright? He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his goods. Yeah? He shall not take pleasure in his goods. Because he's going to have to fork it up. Yeah? He's going to have to cough it up. Proverbs 29 and 12. It reads, if a ruler hearken to lies, all his servants are what? Are wicked. Which goes back to Sirach 10. 1 to 5. I think it's from 1 to 5. Alright? But verse 18, which is the last scripture. Where there is no vision. Alright? Where you false leaders within Israel and you wicked pastors and what have you. Alright? Who don't have the eye salve of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai. That's why all you in Christianity is going to go down. All of you all. Because why? Your leaders has no vision. They don't know prophecy. The Lord has not put the spirit of prophecy and prophesying within them. Yeah? Where there is no vision, the people perish, but he that keepeth the law, happy is he. I'm going to leave you all with this here, Baba Kusha.
What underpins a world order is always the financial system. I was very privileged. My father was an advisor to Nixon when they came off the gold standard in '71, and so I was brought up with a kind of inside view of how very important the financial structure is to absolutely everything else. And what we're seeing in the world today, I think, is we are on the brink of a dramatic change where we are about to, and I'll say this boldly, we're about to abandon the traditional system of money and accounting and introduce a new one. And so I was brought up with a kind of inside view of how very important the financial structure is to absolutely everything else. And what we're seeing in the world today, I think, is we are on the brink of a dramatic change where we are about to, and I'll say this boldly, we're about to abandon the traditional system of money and accounting and introduce a new one. And the new...
So lucky about that. So as you see there, they're about to hear from the horse's mouth. They are about to abandon the traditional way. Wake up, Jake, because it's going to be a bumpy ride. Let's continue.
And I'll say this boldly, we're about to abandon the traditional system of money and accounting and introduce a new one. And the new one, the new accounting, is what we call blockchain. It means digital. It means having a almost perfect record of every single transaction that happens in the economy, which will give us far greater clarity over what's going on. It also,
which means what they're tracking everything, and they are going to be able to control, gather data, and by gathering those datas, all right, they will be able to know how to control you guys, control your spending, control your eating, your carbon footprint, all the, hey boy, hey, you guys in for a rude awakening. It's going to be a bumpy ride, trust me. Let's continue.
raises huge dangers in terms of the balance of power between states and citizens. In my opinion, we're going to need a digital constitution of human rights if we're going to have digital money. But also, this new money will be sovereign in nature. Most people think that digital money is crypto and private, but what I see are superpowers introducing digital currency. The Chinese were the first. The US is on the brink, I think, of moving in the same direction. The Europeans have committed to that as well. And the question is, will that new system of digital money and digital accounting accommodate the competing needs of the citizens of all these locations so that every human being has a chance to have a better life? Because that's the only measure of whether a world order really serves.
Daly's total.
So we see it there, guys. And all that is going to be centralized. Yeah? Not commercialized, but centralized. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Double salutations unto the brothers who preach and teach in the truth throughout the four corners of the earth, risking their lives and their freedom to do so, no more than ever. Shalom unto the speckled Israelites, and shalom unto the very few but faithful Akoats. And Brother Kahan signing out saying shalom, 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 wa abad babol.